On my way to see a retailer in Devon, an online retailer, and they manufacture the product as well. This is a review meeting, so they want to discuss marketing and sales, but mainly sales. It's all about sales in the end. Because you could argue we've had a successful digital marketing campaign. Their number of transactions online has gone up about 25% in the space of a year. That's not bad, right? However, the average transaction value, the amount people spend each time, has not gone up by the same proportion. So is it working or not? I would argue not. In terms of quantity, it's worked very well. In terms of value or quality, the quality of the customer who comes, we need to look at that again and decide, is the traditional marketing working? We have the funnel, more people are coming through it. Are they the right people? Should we shut the gate to the wrong people? And you can do that with digital. And I will update you later once I've spoken to the customer. Okay, I finished my meeting and we talked about sales conversion and opened up the session by saying for the past year or so we've been very focused on traffic. We've been focused on acquisition. By acquisition I don't mean sales. That's not what that means in digital marketing. We mean traffic. Sending more and more people to the site. We've been successful in that goal. But the percentage of sales in terms of value, pound sign, compared to the percentage of traffic hasn't gone up in the same proportion. So we need to have a real stop and think moment now strategically for lots of reasons. One main reason being I had an email from this customer saying we have a 2-year plan now about business exit. Once you say there's a 2-year plan, we have a different urgency. We have to be right. I can't go off on a strategy that is not correct when I've got 2 years to go. That's how long strategies take, really, to fulfill themselves I'm talking about big strategies, changing the business. I said, we need to have a stop and think moment about everything we're doing today, which always reassures your customer when you're a consultant. And I said, this is why. The market is not there. More market, I mean. We run AdWords, and there's a button on AdWords where if you click it, it tells you how much more custom, how many more visits you can get by increasing your spend. We're on 0. That means we have all the market. Or certainly by spending more, there won't be any more visitors. In terms of organic ranking, for our key terms, we are on page 1 of Google. The traffic is coming. The only way to improve value of turnover and profit, sales value rather than the number of transactions, is to convert more people. And this makes a lot of sense anyway, because why would you not have the best converter ever before you start throwing people at it? And there's it's called Winning Websites actually, a webinar workshop scenario about 6 months ago, and I use this diagram which starts with the funnel and it gets smaller and smaller and then you convert them, and people seem to want to start here. Just send more people there, send more people there. Actually you need to flip it. So okay, I'm going to do the converter first. If I convert 50% more people of my existing traffic, I'm already ahead. If I then double the traffic, I've gone up exponentially. So that's where we were. I said, there are flaws and errors with your current website that I am being compromised by in terms of sending traffic to your site. I am doing my bit, if you like, but once they get there, are we converting enough people? And I don't think we are, and explain why. The reasons were, you cannot treat every product with equal emphasis, and you shouldn't. So when you have a lot of products, the risk is to actually put them all on the homepage. That's not marketing. That's throwing a lot of products at the homepage. And they've told me these are the 3 products that sell or have most profit margin in them. And they are not emphasized on the homepage. When you think what a digital marketing experience is for a customer, it's linear. Not like walking in a shop and looking all the way around and seeing everything and spinning. It's a linear experience. It's like I'm in a tunnel. And I go into the tunnel and you show me one product and then you show me another and another as I walk through. That's scrolling and clicking buttons on a website. And so if I want to sell more of the valuable product, I need to do something which would be almost alien to a real physical shop mentality. I need to stop selling products. I need to hide them. And by hide, I mean make them less visible. If I want to sell the high value products, I must put them up front, and I must make less visible the lower value products in terms of profit. It's kind of an unnatural feeling, isn't it? It's, well, I'm going to stop selling those products that don't make me enough money. I'm going to sell those. And there's a story, actually, when I think about it, of a bed and breakfast accommodation provider I saw a couple of weeks ago who proved this exact point. I hadn't seen him for about 3 years, and she said, "Do you remember what you said to me 3 years ago, because it changed the business?" I was like, well, no, not really. It's 3 years ago. And she said, "You came in, you looked at our website, and you said, why are you showing all the cheap products first in a linear experience? You know, I go to the homepage, if I see above the fold, that, you know, before I scroll, the cheap products, I'm going to buy them. Why are you showing those first? What you should do is show you best products first that have more profit in them, and then people can decide if they want a cheaper option, not the other way around. If I see the cheap one and I think it's good enough, I'm going to buy it. If I just see the expensive one, I'll work down from there." And she said that changed everything. Changed the business by putting the cheap rooms further deeper into the site, taking them off the menu, leaving them as an option. And we don't stop selling completely, but putting the content more prominent, more visible for the expensive product. This is that scenario. If I want to sell the 3 expensive products, they have to be very visible on the homepage, part of the static menu that everyone can see without drop downs, and a serious element of our conversation. And we drop the others. We stop talking about the cheap products. We stop talking about, what's the word? We take them off the menu and we move them lower down the page. If you want to sell something, put it above the fold, you know, where the computer begins, the bottom of the screen on your homepage. Put it as a static element in your menu. The further left you move it in your menu, because we think left to right, that's our tunnel, our queue. If I move something 2 spaces to the left on a menu, more people look at it, because we go that way. We go left 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we go top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's how we think. Very simple, but a big decision, moving the content around. We then went into a different place, which is, even if I do that, and remember, I'm trying to get more sales from the same number of people, I must work harder. And in this particular scenario, there is a lag, and you can get that from analytics, by the way. You can see how long people take before they buy your products. And I don't mean in the session. I mean, they come to your website, they leave, right? And they come back 3 weeks later. Analytics will record that if you set it up properly. And for this company, there was 60% of people wait 2 weeks before they come back and buy the product. They don't buy it straight away. We need to get them. We mustn't let them get away. So we need to use abandoned shopping cart automation, emails that will follow you and send you reminders. We need to remarketing so you see our brand again and again and again. All the digital marketing techniques there, right? I said, very difficult to do with your website because it's been built badly in WordPress, not by me. Right? It's been built badly in WordPress, which means it's actually going to take you ages to actually set. It's not impossible. It's going to actually take you as much money to set it up as to actually build a brand new site, time-wise. So let me tell you about Shopify, because I think e-commerce software like Shopify is built to do everything we need to do. We have the traffic. We just need to convert more people. That means we need a very proven user experience in how to buy a product. That's Shopify, with all the functionality we need to chase them down. That's built in, which comes as built in. You know, it's ready to go on Shopify, for example. Shopping cart software, abandoned shopping cart, emails, discounting, all the promotional stuff. We need to hit harder. We have this number of people, there's more competitors coming in. We're the best. We need to hit you harder and repeatedly to make sure that you don't forget that we are the best choice and you should give us the money. Now, changing website, hugely risky if you do it wrongly. I have seen websites or website designers build new websites for companies, forget to do the SEO preparation and the SEO adjustments and checks, and put companies out of business. Moving your website is the riskiest thing you're going to do if you're relying on Google. Literally put them out of business, because Google comes back and says, this is a new site, drops all your ranking, you've got no money. She knows that. I've known this company for a year or two now. And she said, what would you do? And it brings up an interesting point, which I'm going to end with. So I'm compromised because I've got to know you, and I know your daughters, and I know they have a new baby, granddaughter. You know, I am invested in you as people. But what you really want from a business advisor or a consultant is someone who has no emotional attachment to you. That means they are completely orientated. They're not risk averse, not affected by gambling. They say, numerically or mathematically, this is the right thing to do from a business decision. These should be the returns. I said, I know if we do the work properly, there's a 95% chance your SEO will stand up, but not 100, because Google will do what they want in the end. It might change the rules. 95%. And I feel a heavy responsibility there because I am invested in you as people. I actually do feel that if this didn't work, it would affect your family's finances. So I'm not the right person to ask. She said, just tell me, Elliot. I said, right, I'd do it. But with the caveat that you know we are taking a risk. I don't believe it's any more than 5%, but it is a risk. And in the end, people just want you to be upfront, blunt, and honest. And I was. I said, you cannot achieve your 2-year plan without a better e-commerce converter.